Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final objective, science-based, official energy drink ranking tier list. Let's just jump right into it. Cut all the crap. Let's get right into the bottom of this. And let me just start this off by saying we are not going to be talking about your grandma's energy drinks here. We're not going to be talking about your libtard boyfriend's, girlfriend's, wife's, mom's, dog's energy drink that I've never heard of here, okay? And we're not going to be talking about the liberal art majors' energy drinks that are like 80 milligrams of caffeine. Starbucks will not be on this list. I'm just going to say it right now to get this off of everyone's mind. Those little, what are they called? Yerba mates. That's not an energy drink. It has barely any caffeine in it. I'll say, just based on the flavors, my interactions with it, everything, it's a mid. It's like a C tier, maybe even a D tier energy drink, if you want to call it that. All right? And I'll tell you another true thing here.
I have another true thing to tell you.
I am a energy drink aficionado, an expert, all right? I have a master class degree from Hustlers University, no less, about energy drinks specifically and their effects on the human mind and their performance on human feats, all right? Okay? So that's why this is not only objective, because it's coming from my personal subjective opinions, so you know it's legit, but it's also science-based, based on my opinions, scientifically speaking, of course. So again, a trusted source. You know, you can cite me when you're arguing with your parents at dinner that hate you, and you can cite me when you're arguing with your libtard professor as well. And obviously, I'm a well-respected and well-known source for these things. So there you go. Now, if you drink Black Rifle coffee in any form at all, any of these drinks, you probably also use dude wipes to wipe your stinky, dirty booty hole. You're cringe LARP coping. I don't have some way of cringe LARP coping. About test levels being low, masculinity being like a crisis in the world, which it is, sure. But drinking Black Rifle-based, Black Rifle epic conservative tranny coffee is not going to do anything for you. It's lame. And honestly, why are you drinking coffee out of a can? Just drink it. I'm not even going to get into it. It's F tier. Now, I realize this now, but there's so many energy drinks that I have here on this list. So much research has gone into this. There's so many on this list that it's actually probably going to make this video close to an hour long. So to be respectful of your time and my time, and to save us both the hassle of what we already know is coming, I'm going to put everything below C tier on the chart now, and then I'll talk about like the top 5 best energy drinks, just so you don't even have to worry about ever, considering any of the lesser options for you. So I'm just going to briefly, really quick, go over these at the bottom. So let's start at the bottom. Mountain Energy, it was discontinued for a reason. Alani knew, like, come on, get real. That's like some girly drink that no man has ever even tasted. Full Throttle, bruh. They just thought if they made an energy drink with a lot of caffeine that it would be good, which I would probably think the same. Adrenaline Shock, it's pretty unremarkable, nothing impressive about it. NOS, it's weak, it's lame, it's not very cool. Now C4, getting into the D tier here. C4, it's actually not too bad. It has beta-alanine in it, and not enough caffeine to offset the fact that beta-alanine's in it. And I hate beta-alanine. Makes your skin itch. It's a placebo. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't last very long. It doesn't help you at all. It's basically worthless. And the fact that C4 uses it as its one of the main features of the drink, with goofy flavors like mango foxtrot and bombsicle, it's lame. Then we have Red Bull, the only energy drink safe enough for a European to consume. It has very little caffeine, very lackluster, very unimpressive, and I think it has a lot of potential. And the logo, Red Bull, 2 bulls at fighting, that's so sick. Yeah. Rockstar and Monster suffer from the same disease, the same sickness of being a sloppy, goopy, thick flavor, extremely carbonated. And I like the fact that Red Bull's lightly carbonated, but these two are very carbonated, making it uncomfortable to chug, to drink a lot of it. It just doesn't. It is like a bubbly, effervescent flavor in your belly after drinking it, and it's they're both pretty low in caffeine for them to be so undesirable and unlikable. Starting off the mid-pack, mid-C tier, Ghost. Ghost is okay. The flavors, I've only had a couple of them, and I like Swedish Fish. I don't even like candy, but I like Swedish Fish, and I like the flavor. I like that the cans are kind of like scratchy on the outside. And it's 200 milligrams of caffeine, which isn't a whole lot, but it's okay. It feels good. It's all right. It's okay. It's mid. That's why it's in C tier. Bruh. And that is it for the mid C tier class. Next, we have B tier, starting off that section with Celsius. I know it's a big fan favorite. Everybody loves or hates Celsius. There's like nothing in between. Frankly, I think Celsius can be pretty good. It's got a very distinct and unusual feeling that I don't get from any other energy drinks, and it even lasts much longer than you would think it to last. Like, I feel it the next day still. If I don't have any caffeine, I still feel pretty good. And that being said, it only has 200 milligrams of caffeine, so I don't know what they're putting in Celsius, but it's good. I could care less for the flavors. I'm not a big flavor guy, but they're not obnoxious like the other ones lower on this list. And so I can get past the flavor. I'll drink any flavor, and it's a good feeling. I like it. And it's light. It's like drinking water, and it's smooth. So I hope all you Celsius fans out there like jazz, because it's going in the B tier.
Swag like Ohio.
Next up is Rain Energy. I don't really have too much to say about it. It's good. It's got a lot of caffeine, 300 milligrams. We like to see that. It feels great. Feels really good, frankly. And I really don't have much else to say about it. Tastes fine, feels good, and it's powerful. And that's what I like the most. To B tier for Rain.
Swag like Ohio.
Next, we have one that's pretty similar, also 300 milligrams. Yes, you guessed it, Bang Energy, with claims that it can heal or fix mental retardation, and something that they've trademarked or patented called super creatine. I don't really know about all that. I don't really care about all the flavors. People collect the cans and the wacky flavors and stuff. I don't care. 300 milligrams is great, and with a tagline like "Fuel Your Destiny," absolutely B tier. After watching that little clip I just made, I feel like it should really be S tier. And I'm tempted to even make a variant of Bang Energy A tier. That's like the sweet tea, Georgia peach, whatever flavor. It's non-carbonated, and it does taste pretty good. I love, what can I say? I'm a Texan boy. I love sweet tea, right? So it could be higher on the list, but it's Bang. It's still Bang. It's fine. It's not that crazy. And I'm not just gonna rank one specific energy drink, like one specific flavor of an energy drink higher just because of that one specific flavor. Now, with that being said, we're moving into A tier now, and we have a classic here, ladies and gentlemen. We have, hold your horses, stay in your seats, hold on to your butts. All right, we have here none other than the legendary White Monster has gone from just a zero sugar alternative into now a mythicized symbol of many good and great things. Vampire hunters, pirates, Greek warriors, epic heroes, basically any cool and epic, super cool edge guys, like badass cool guys, drink White Monster. Everybody knows that. White Monster basically owns a whole day of the week, White Monster Wednesday. And of course, we can't forget that it's also the drink of choice for epic lifters.
A woman drinking White Monster?
And let's be totally frank here for a second. It doesn't exactly have the most caffeine. It doesn't exactly have the greatest flavor ever. It has a cool textured outside. And it's like pretty carbonated. But in case it's not enough caffeine for you, which for me it isn't, it does come in like a tall boy variant and an even taller tall boy variant that has a resealable lid, which I think is really cool. And so without going any further with that, White Monster first on the A tier, which reminds me, I forgot about Prime Energy. I just want to go back and say really quick that Prime by Logan Paul and KSI, I like that it has an emphasis on hydration. It has a decent amount of caffeine. And there's really not too much to say about it. You're going to be hydrated. You're going to be energized. It's all right. It's okay. I like it. It's better than all right. It's pretty good. I'm going to put that in B tier. But moving back to A tier. Next on our list, in the second place for A tier, we have Zoa. Yes, Zoa. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, The Rock, the guy who's in Jungle Cruise Journey to the Center of the Earth. You know who The Rock is. Tooth Fairy, Game Plan, the other guys. You know who I'm talking about, The Rock? The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, The Rock, the wrestler, The Rock, whose dad was like Rocky Johnson. The Rock, who's in movies. He's in a lot of movies. I think he was in the A-Team. He has his own energy drink. It's called Zoa. It claims to be healthy. It's not really healthy, but boy, is it all right. It's pretty good. It doesn't even have that much caffeine in it, but it feels like it does. I don't know if it's just me, if I'm tweaking, if I'm geeking on it, but it's strong. It's got something in it. It must be like the guarana beans or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it packs a punch, and it feels good. Oh, he's also in The Mummy and The Scorpion King, if you don't know who I'm talking about, The Rock. A tier for Zoa.
Yummers.
Now, I was really tempted to put the big Celsiuses on this list, or like the non-carbonated Celsiuses, separate from Celsius itself, and move it into A tier, because the big Celsiuses are great. It's just like Celsius, but with more caffeine, which is exactly why I'm not going to put it in A tier, and I'm just going to leave it with Celsius in B tier. Same goes for the non-carbonated Celsiuses. They're great. They're a great extension of Celsius, but they're not so much greater that they deserve their own separate place on the tier list. So with that out of the way, the final entry into A tier is Bucked Up. Not much to say about this one. Pretty simple. My friend showed me Bucked Up. He got me into it. 300 milligrams of caffeine. Fantastic. And one of the other big deciding factors for me was the pina colada flavor. Love pina coladas. Pineapple, coconut, very good. The Breezy Blast flavor is great. And I don't have much else to say about Bucked Up. A lot of caffeine, strong, powerful, feels good. Got me feeling bucked up.
Oh my God, young man, kill yourself! Yummers.
So you remember like a few seconds ago when I said that would be the final entry onto the A list? Well,
I lied.
There's two more that I really want to include here at the top that I was almost foolishly about to put above White Monster. And one of them, I love both of these actually. And well, we'll start with one of them. Now this first one, it got me through a lot of training. It got me through a lot of workouts. It got me through a lot, frankly. A lot of schooling, a lot of tests were taken and aced with hundreds on this drink and maybe other questionable methods and drinks as well, but mainly because of this drink right here.
It's time to play the game.
The legendary, the one and only, very unique energy drink.
Time to play the game.
Now, a lot of you weren't expecting this, I know, but I knew from the beginning Goat Fuel would make it up here on this list. One of the most unique and epic parts of Goat Fuel. Let me just say this, all energy drinks are pretty much bad for you. There's no such thing as a really healthy energy drink, like maybe just like black coffee, because I love black coffee, and yes, it is pretty healthy for you, and like green tea and stuff like that. This is no exception. It's not going to be very healthy for you. However, it does have a special, unique property. It has cordyceps, a mushroom known for its nootropic properties and qualities, which reduces inflammation and helps sustain a level of energy for the mind and the body, which I think is really cool. It might even be a placebo. I don't know, but I've used a lot of nootropics before, lion's mane, cordyceps, all those good ones, and I like that this drink includes it. I think that's really innovative, very cool, and unique. It's different. You hardly see energy drinks that do anything that would give you caffeine. This one gives you 200 milligrams of caffeine and a little secret ingredient in there. You know what I'm saying? It's not so secret. It's literally on the back. You can read about it or online, right? I just think it's really cool. I like that. And it's great. It's honestly fantastic. And I don't even say that because I have a goat. I just think it's a good energy drink. I think you should try it. And maybe even possibly, maybe consider maybe making opinions of your own. But yeah, Goat Fuel, A tier.
Yummers.
And now for the final entry into A tier. This drink is crazy. This drink is a wild drink. I don't even know how well known it is, but I mean it should be more well known, or maybe we should gatekeep this one. I don't know. It's pretty strong. It's pretty powerful. It's not for everyone. If everybody had one of these, the world would be we'd be 10 years into the future by now. Honestly, this is how it feels. Actually, I'll show you how it feels. My live reaction to drinking this drink right here. It has. Let me tell you first what it has. Okay, this is Echelon. It has capsaicin, the thing that makes peppers spicy. It has beta-alanine, which you know I hate. and 300 milligrams of caffeine. So it feels like you're burning. Your skin is peeling off, burning, on fire. Your eyes are itchy and melting out of their sockets, and you're getting juiced up.
And it's a celebratory drink in his village.
Cheers.
Yeah, it brings a joyful lightness to the heart and soul. Oh, no, sorry, it's not joyful lightness. A better translation would be howling loneliness. And then your bravery will be tested as your mind fogs. And the shadow hags will rise from the graves and hold you in an icy embrace. And it'll feel like your bowels being pierced by a ghost serpent.
It feels like, I've never tried crack, but I think it might feel like crack. Actually, this is what it feels like. This is my live reaction, my first time trying this drink.
Without a dream. God! Fire! I'm burning up! God! You heard me sing a prayer to go. Help me!
Yeah, it's something you just gotta try yourself, but echelon to A tier. Now you're probably wondering why there's so many in A tier. I believe that each energy drink that I've put up in A tier is the best energy drink for a given purpose. Echelon and Bucked Up for physical performance or activity. Goat Fuel and I guess maybe Zoa for more of a mental stimulation. I would say Goat Fuel is more for mental, and physical, but not to the same degree. Zoa, if you're just trying to, stay awake and maybe have a heart attack real quick. And, of course, White Monster for any and every occasion. But the next entry, the first and only one that can only be one of the top, S-tier energy drink. I think we all saw this coming, and if you didn't, you wouldn't get it. If you know, you know. The next one, here it is. Yep, that's right. I guess the folks over at Monster Energy said, how can we make White Monster better? How can we make something even better? Well, you know what's pretty good? Sweet tea. Lemonade in the sweet tea, in my sweet tea. And you know what's even better than lemonade in my sweet tea? By the way, that's called an Arnold Palmer, popularized by this golfer guy named Arnold Palmer, so that's why we call it Arnold Palmer's. Anyways, so coffee, caffeine, adding caffeine into the Arnold Palmer. Basically a White Monster, but without any carbonation, with lemonade and tea in it. It also has coconut water, B3, B5, B6, B12, electrolytes, a bunch of hydration, kind of like Prime, right? Botanicals with milk thistle and quercetin or something. And basically, it's the aristocratic, noble drink of the Southern aristocracy. And it has caffeine in it. Only about 160, but I like the tall boy cans that come with 200. It's great for any occasion. Great for settling down, lounging, hanging out with the boys. Maybe going to the gym, going golfing, swimming. It's fantastic. And that's why it's an S tier. And that's pretty much it for this tier list. If you disagree, tell me about it. And if I missed your rare, like super niche energy drinks, let me know about it. Maybe I'll make another one or a better one or add them to it or something. I don't know. Yep. God bless.
They gon' take your face off. They gon' rumble. They gon' take your face off. It's about pride. It's about power.